smallholder block rehabilitation throughout the country. We are commencing it here in Alotau, in Miline Bay province. So I declare that this is officially open, and the ribbon is going to be cut by DAL Minister's CEO plus our Director Southern Region. I declare that this is open. I mark in white.
Basically, what we are trying to do as the CEO for Oil Palm Industry Corporation, acting CEO for Oil Palm Industry Corporation, is to launch an intervention program initiated by the Minister for Agriculture and Livestock through the Marawi government. There's been a 50 million China fund that came through, and for oil palm, we have taken that money and put it into rehabilitating oil palm blocks that was run down many years ago. What we are doing is basically rehabilitating blocks along the corridor of a road that the government has already funded through PIP, the smallholder road maintenance and rehabilitation program. The government has given us 10 million this year, but that money is basically for the road maintenance and rehabilitation along the corridors of the oil palm blocks for smallholders in PNG. Now, the money that is coming from the minister under the current government, 50 million kina, we are rehabilitating blocks because our farmers, have abandoned this block many years ago, and even after we have built the roads, it's very hard for them to come because the blocks are completely run down, and it's nowhere near for a family to work on. So what I've done is I got that money that came through the government last November, and I've put it onto rehabilitating blocks, as you can see here. We've started the program in Miline Bay under two roads that we have maintained. We call it Road 1 is the Africa Road, which we have already gone up there, and this is the Baraka Road. We have 58 blocks along this road that we have rehabilitated, and 69 blocks on the other side. Now, the total investment that the government put, including the roads, is 1.2 million. Almost 1 million on the road, 495,000 on the other side, 495,000 here, and 125,000 on the rehabilitation of blocks. Now, that's around about 1.25 million. This money will be immediately recovered because the crop is already coming up. You've seen that people have been harvesting crop. The palm is there, you clean the block, after 10 days you get the fruit, and you will take it to the mill, you are paid, the farmer is paid. So it's immediate, it's immediate. It's not like coffee and cocoa where you wait seasonally. This one, this commodity, It's immediate, and farmers are affected or benefited fortnightly. Okay, so to my calculations, in 24 months, we will make around about, in terms of export earnings, we will make around about 1.4 million in terms of export earnings. In terms of earnings to the grower, we would do around about 700 to 800,000 going to the, just along these two roads. You know, I'm not talking about the entire oil palm project in Miline Bay. I'm talking about the government is putting 1.2 million, and in 24 months, in 2 years, we are going to put 1.4 million in export earnings and 700,000 in terms of earnings to a farmer. So I can say that in agriculture, oil palm is the way to go, and our government needs to put more money into oil palm, because that's the commodity that can immediately transform lives, poverty alleviation. That's all I can say here. I've not implemented the programs in other project areas. As we go, it will be similar. But the most important thing is investment in oil palm. You get most immediate return in terms of export earnings and in terms of earnings to the farmers. You see, farmers are getting paid fortnightly, you know, right throughout the country, in Western Province, in Miline Bay, in Kebbi, in Oro, they get fortnightly. So anything that you get fortnightly, you make it a regular job, and you sit in there and you work and the money flows. What the government needs to do is, like in Malaysia and Indonesia, the government needs to put money on our farmers in terms of subsidy on seedling replanting and fertilizer support. Malaysia, Indonesia, government provides that. It's government business because money comes directly. The other thing is, among all the commodities in the agriculture department, OPIC is an extension service provider. Other commodity boards, they are already regulators. And any program that is related to extension service, it's government mandate. And the government needs to provide operational funding to OPIC so that extension services can improve. And extension services is one of the activities that is derailing or is lacking in this sector. And so long as operational funding is, or recurrent budget is given to Oil Palm Industry Corporation, then that's it. We can be able to help bring the most needed revenue in this country. We are doing 1.4 million on average, 1.4 million on average annually in export earnings. That's around about 47% of the agriculture commodity total earnings. And that's a lot, and we can improve to 1.5, 1.2 billion. So long as we put money, farmers in the block, they improve their yields. We are doing about 11.7 tons per hectare per year. The middle company is doing 25 to 30 tons per hectare per year in terms of yields. We can do that, so long as there is government intervention. So basically, it's bringing that necessary money into this country. You've had farmers talking to us. This project, on average, yearly brings 5, 6 million, 3 million every year. And that money goes into Alotau town. And Alotau town runs on oil palm money. So that's all I can say. I would like to plead to the government to provide support to OPIC in terms of current expenditure, and also help continue the PIP funding on road maintenance and rehabilitation, and also help farmers to manage the blocks in terms of block rehabilitation, etc. We've got around about 14,000 hectares of oil palm to be replanted. Farmers have no money. We need 60 million. That 60 million has to come. If that 60 million comes in, 14,000 hectares, we are talking about good money in terms of export earnings we are losing. That's the other thing. So let's, I would ask the government to put the money where the mouth is, so that we can be able to increase revenue, bring the most needed money into this country. Oil palm is sustainable in any case. We have land here, it's suitable for oil palm. So long as we have land, oil palm will be here, and we will continue to harvest oil palm. Oil, gas, non-renewable resource will come now, and tomorrow they are gone. As I've said many times, we have 6.2 million hectares suitable for planting oil palm. If we plant that 6.2 million hectares over the next 10, 20 years, the prices of oil palm CPO is increasing. We would be sitting on around about 80 to 120 billion kina revenue a year, and 30% tax on that kind of money would be around 25 to 30 million, going into the state coffers. And that's the kind of money we are talking about, and that's what Malaysia is doing. That's what Indonesia is doing. We are not far off. We can do it. And I would again plead the government to ensure there is enough support. I would say they have to give more support to oil palm, give more attention to oil palm. And let's transform this country. Let's plant more oil palm. Let's put more money in our people's pockets. And we can build more roads. The money that we will bring in will build roads and infrastructure. There is no magic. We have the crop here. Again, Malaysia is doing it. Indonesia is doing it. The Malaysian Oil Palm Board has asked my chairman here and me to bring the Prime Minister across on his vehicle just to see what's going on in there. Not on a state official, just on Malaysia. So he can be able to see what's happening in there. They know that this country land is very, very suitable for oil palm. They are struggling very hard. The cost of producing oil palm in Malaysia and Indonesia is high. It's going to be cheap here because we are on the equator, and our cost of operations is very. You see this palm, they haven't put oil fertilizer. We just came and did this, and they're getting the fruit, which means the soil here is very, very conducive. So again, government must come and put money on oil palm. In agriculture, put money on oil palm, because oil palm will bring the immediate change to this country. That's all I can say. Thank you.
We have other commodities that, yes, we do respect, but all in all, if oil palm can bring in, be the major contributor to the agriculture sector, the other commodities will also benefit off the earnings that oil palm is going to bring in. Not only that, but our people, we will go into a time where poverty is on an increasing stage, and the only way through commercial agriculture is that oil palm is or maybe the only way, apart from other crops, because it is an intensive farming sort of thing. We are paid fortnightly, unlike other crops which are seasonal, and we earn an average of almost 500 kina per fortnight, and that can sustain a family. Not only the family, but it also sustains extended family. For example, we have brother, sister, and they have children. We have tents in harvesting the block. And also it helps us with our school fees, our feasting, our death. Most of this is boiled down to earning money from oil palm. And I do agree with the CEO that in Miline Bay we don't have any mines. Misima mine has come and gone, Wapolu has come and gone, but the town continues to increase and improve. And that is a significant sign of oil palm price and the money that oil palm is bringing into the province. although we had the pandemic, a lot of people have shut down, but in Miline Bay, we have not seen any shutdowns yet. Because we believe not only growers that bring in the money, but 3,000 employees that belong to New Britain Palm will also contribute. And all in all, we could be bringing around 5 to 6 million a year into the development of the Alotau town.